Hi and welcome to my channel, and this video is for those who are just starting their photography journey and wondering what camera gear they really need for the type of photography they want to pursue. The question is what camera gear do you really need? When I initially embraced photography, my aim was simple: to capture the world unfolding around me, to tell the story in that moment of time, whether it was wildlife within a nearby park, serene landscapes in the countryside, or cherished moments of family and friends gatherings. I wanted to capture it all. This all-embracing approach left me uncertain about the most suitable camera gear for my pursuits. In essence, I selected a camera from my local electronics store, complete with its standard lens, and embarked on my journey. This marked the start of my adventure, during which I gradually recognised the vast expanse of knowledge tied to the art of photography. Concepts like aperture, ISO, shutter speed, the array of modes within the camera, the optimal camera gear and the lens choices, all these facets began to reveal themselves. I grappled with questions like the necessity of a crop sensor versus a full frame sensor, the ideal number of megapixels, the merits of a prime and zoom lens, and even the best tripod, camera bag, lens filters and an array of other accessories further complicated matters. So to avoid all this madness, in this video I'll provide guidance on the essential gear required for the specific type of photography you wish to pursue, and avoid what can be overwhelming and confusing regarding what camera gear to purchase. So to begin, it is crucial to determine your primary photography genre, and this decision will guide your choice of camera system. And different cameras excel in specific functions that align with various photographic styles. And for instance, my primary interest was in landscape photography, and occasionally I do like to delve into other genres now and again. And I received advice from a photographer who recommended selecting a camera and lens covering a versatile focal range like 24 to 105mm. And at the time, Canon was highlighted as a brand with exceptional lens quality. Notably, it is the lens that often wields the greater influence over the image quality rather than the camera body itself, and consequently I opted to invest in the Canon system. However, the landscape has evolved, with manufacturers approaching parity and minimal distinction between them now. No matter the choice, each camera holds a unique strengths, albeit subtle. In fact, sharp disparities in image quality between two similar specification cameras with different manufacturers might prove challenging, especially if you're comparing prints displayed side by side. And to my preference hinges on the camera's functionalities and their alignment with my photographic objectives. The camera's features that yield optimal results become paramount, and the focus has shifted from brand allegiance to the camera's capacity to serve my creative pursuits effectively. And next is study. I know it's back to school again, but to get the most out of any camera, it is important to gain a firm grasp on the photography fundamentals, which involves delving into the intricacies of the camera operation, including its management of light to achieve optimal image exposure. Exploring the different camera modes such as metering and focusing modes, alongside exposure control techniques, is essential. By knowing the camera's myriad features, you can effectively navigate the path towards determining the necessary equipment and gear tailored to a specific genre of photography you intend to pursue. And I would also dedicate time to studying esteemed photographers such as Henri Cartier-Bresson, renowned for his captivating street photography, and Ansel Adams, celebrated for his iconic landscape images. Additionally, I find great value in exploring the works of acclaimed painters like Rembrandt, Da Vinci, Constable and many others. And by studying their techniques, you can gain insights into their adaptive manipulation of light and mastery of composition approaches that remain relevant to modern times. And their works offer a source of inspiration from which you can draw from. And furthermore, when observing the equipment employed by early photographers, it becomes evident that, while impressive for their era, their tools are second-rate in comparison to the optical excellence and technological advancements found in today's cameras and lenses. However, I believe it's the stories woven into their images that continue to endure, shaping the inspiration of countless contemporary photographers. Consequently, it remains vital to recognise that the essence of an image, along with the way the story is told, holds greater significance than the camera equipment employed. And to me, the camera is a mere instrument helping in achieving the desired outcomes I seek. And check out my channel, I have a number of videos covering photography fundamentals. And now let's delve into the distinct camera gear associated with various genres. It is important to think about the different genres within photography and the specific gear required for each type, but some may overlap. Landscape photography, traditionally associated with tripods and wide-angled lenses, embraces a diverse range of approaches, and in my case, wide-angle focal lengths are rarely used when capturing landscapes. Instead, I opt for a focal length spanning from 24 to 70 mm for most of my shots, and occasionally I opt for a wider angle focal length to achieve a particular visual aesthetic. I even choose up to 200 mm if I do a panoramic shot, stitching 3 or more shots together in post-processing. And the prevalent camera bodies chosen for landscapes typically feature either a full frame sensor at 35 mm or a medium format sensor boasting a larger expanse reaching up to 135 mm. The discussion then turns to megapixel count, a realm where full frame cameras currently reach up to 45 megapixels with models like the Canon R5 and even 60 megapixels with the Sony A7R4. In contrast, medium format systems can ascend to a remarkable 100 megapixels. However, it is essential to recognise that achieving exceptional landscape photos does not hinge solely on megapixels. Fixating excessively on high megapixel counts can sidetrack from the goal of achieving the highest resolution image. And beyond megapixels, image quality hinges on the lens and appropriate lighting and factors like aperture size, as extreme small apertures like f/22 can introduce diffraction which actually softens the image. And crucially, storytelling reigns supreme in any image, and placing 2 pictures side by side on a wall comparing a 45 megapixel image against a 24 megapixel counterpart, you'd be hard pressed to tell the difference between them. Without a magnifying glass, a tool rarely employed in a gallery setting, and the true distinction emerges in the narrative each image conveys. And for beginners, prioritising a high quality camera body coupled with a versatile kit lens spanning a range of light 24 to 105 mm is a prudent choice. For sports and wildlife photography, a camera boasting a rapid burst frame rate and a robust autofocus tracking system becomes indispensable. This enables the camera to stay locked on to the subject of interest while you capture a series of shots seizing that crucial moment within the event. To accommodate the need for handheld shooting to swiftly adapt to the dynamic subject conditions, both lens and body image stabilisation are essential. Pairing this with a lengthy focal length lens, perhaps a 400 or 800 mm, provides the reach necessary for capturing distant subjects effectively. It's worth considering a slightly lower megapixel sensor, as this helps in maintaining a swift write speed to the memory card, ensuring that the camera doesn't buffer during a rapid fire sequence. For street photography, your focus shifts towards a compact, inconspicuous camera and lens combination. And image stabilisation is crucial, allowing for handheld shooting and extending your ability to use longer shutter speeds in dim lighting conditions. While the go-to focal length for street photography typically resides around 35 mm, occasions may arise where wider angles like 24 mm or narrower ranges such as 50 to 70 mm for portraits become relevant. As a beginner, it is advisable to select a camera body that suits the purpose, along with a versatile zoom lens spanning from 24 to 70 mm. And as you advance, you can then explore specific preferences and eventually incorporate a prime lens like 35mm into your collection. For event photography encompassing weddings and concerts, thriving in low light setting becomes imperative. So seek a camera and lens combo that excels under these conditions. And opting for image stabilization integrated into both the lens and the camera body enhances stability. Additionally, a sensor that performs well in low light is vital. In this domain, prime lenses with a wide aperture, potentially down to f1.2, are desirable for their low light gathering capabilities. While these might come at a premium, more affordable prime lenses with an aperture of f1.8 still deliver excellent image quality. In conclusion, directing your focus towards the specific gear tailored to your chosen genre can lead to significant cost savings. This approach avoids unnecessary expenditures on equipment that doesn't align with your needs. And always keep in mind that investing in high quality gear often equates to spending once as opposed to repeated purchases. Moreover, there are budget-friendly options available such as lens and camera body rentals. These alternatives prove especially useful for experimenting with various photography genres, enabling you to explore diverse camera and lens capabilities without the financial commitment of buying these items. Ultimately, the key lies in adopting a deliberate approach to selecting equipment that aligns precisely with your demands of your chosen genre, allowing you to bypass the cacophony of unnecessary gear options that can inundate the market. And remember, fundamentally, it is a narrative you convey through the images you capture that holds the most significance, while the camera gear serves as a tool enabling you to bring that narrative to life. And if you want to learn more about photography, check out this video here. And if you got some value from this video, be sure to subscribe and hit that like button, press the notification bell, and also put some comments in below because I do look forward to reading them, and I'll see you in the next one.